I would like for us to please stand as we pray. Let us bow our heads. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you. We bless you for the breath of life. We thank you for granting us your mercy to come to be together today as we go through this wonderful program. We ask for your blessings as we go through. In Jesus' name we pray.
May we all stand as the airfield band play the national anthem.
Madam President of the Republic of Liberia, Madam Vice President, we have a Taylor, Your Honor, Justice CNN Youh, Chief Justice of Liberia, Designate, Your Honor, Associate Justices of the Honorable Supreme Court of Liberia, the members of the Judiciary, Your Honor, Mr. Francis S. Corporal, Senior, former Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Liberia, the Speaker, pro tempore and honorable members of the 54th legislature here present, the Dean and members of the Cabinet, officials of government, the Don and members of the Diplomatic Corps, the President and members of the Liberian National Bar Association, members of the Supreme Court family here present, relatives, friends, well-wishers of Justice Youh here present, members of the Folk Estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We are gathered here today on this solemn occasion to commission the Honorable Justice CNN Youh, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia. By so doing, Justice Youh will become only the third female Chief Justice in the 175 years history of our founding as a republic. She will also become the first female since 2003 to ascend to this high office of the leadership of the second branch of government some 19 years ago. Your Honor, upon my nomination, you have been successfully vetted and confirmed by the Honorable Liberian Senate, following upon which you are now being commissioned by me as evidence of the full confidence and support of the other two branches of our tripartite governance structure. I have no doubt whatsoever that you have the requisite experience, skills, and qualification to serve as Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Liberia, having due regard to the more than 4 decades that you have practice in Liberia as a trial and transitional lawyer, as well as the 9 years that you have served as an Associate Justice on the Supreme Court bench. It is important to note that throughout your illustrious career in the practice of law and jurisprudence in Liberia, you have earned a well-deserved reputation of unquestionable character and unimpeachable good judgment. And so, Madam Chief Justice Designate, I now have the honor to invite you to come forward as I fulfill my constitutional duty to commission you to this high and noble office. Let us all stand. Please raise your right hand, place your left hand on the Bible. After me. I do solemnly swear that I will support, uphold, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the Republic of Liberia, bear true faith and allegiance to the Republic, and will faithfully, conscientiously, impartially discharge the duties and functions of the office of, to the best of my ability, so help me God. Please accept my personal congratulations, Chief Justice. Thank you very much.
Youh, Chief Justice, Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia, will make remarks.
Madam Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, Mr. Speaker, and members of the Honorable House of the Legislature of the Legislature Senate, my colleagues of the Supreme Court bench, the President and members of the National Trial Judges Association of Liberia, Madam Court Administrator, former Chief Justices and Associate Justices of the Supreme Court of Liberia, Mr. Minister of Justice, Attorney General, and Dean of the Supreme Court Bar, the Doyen and members of the Diplomatic Corps, the President and members of the Liberia National Bar Association, the President and members of the Association of Female Lawyers of Liberia, staff of the judiciary, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. What has just been done here today is not symbolic, perfunctory, or in our Liberian parlance, business as usual. This ceremony is in consonance with the Constitution of our nation. That is, I have now pledged quote, that I will support, uphold, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the Republic of Liberia, unquote. Hence, my allegiance continues to be and is to the Republic of Liberia alone. An act which now separates me from the President as head of the executive branch of government, whose constitutional authority and duty respectively is with the consent of the Senate, appoint and commission me, while it is the duty of the Senate, of the legislature, to examine me, and as I have been found satisfactory to them, this confirmation has now taken place. Notwithstanding this separation of powers, my colleagues and I of the Supreme Court bench, which is the head of the judiciary branch of government, will always comply with the component provision of Article 3 of the Constitution, that is, to coordinate with the other two branches of government, the legislative and the executive. As I have ascended to the helm of the judiciary branch of government and the Supreme Court of Liberia with my colleagues, I remain cognizant of the fact that I am only one amongst equals. Accordingly, with this present change of Chief Justice, we reaffirm our commitment to continue to administer blind but true justice to the citizens and residents alike of this republic, without fear or favor towards any, but by the dictates of the law. I thank you.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic. To the people. Thank you very much. Reverend Emmanuel Nominee will lead us in the presentation.
Father, we thank you, we bless you for the success of this great program. We give you all the glory. Lord, as we depart, Lord, we ask you grant us your mercy in Jesus' name we pray.